Hi everyone, it's me Darlene, and I'm so tired. I'm just mentally drained, and it was hot again today. I'm so sick of it. I can't even explain. I think it's making me depressed. It's a Friday night, and I didn't even consider going out. I just, oh my God, my hair is even weird, and it's in my face. Not in a good mood. I'm in an okay mood. It's just been a lot going on, and as you can see in the thumbnail, come and see. We have this guy, and I had him at the Hernando Square last night for a band was playing, and my friend took a picture of us, and I had Rocket, and I put it on Facebook. So I know some of you must be wondering why all of a sudden I have Rocket again. You saw him with me in a car vlog, I don't know, a month ago, maybe a month and a half-ish ago. And I do get to see him. Yes, I do, but it's, it's never a for sure thing. And when I have him, I'm very happy. But I have him for a reason this time, not just visiting, and Joe said that he wants me to tell you guys, because Joe kind of misses being part of my videos and stuff. Now, we were together, and then I hadn't seen him for like 3 months, 2 months, that I didn't even know, where he was. And I had some contact with him, but I never asked where he was. I don't know if I would have asked him. Did I ever? I don't know. I never asked about Rocket because I was so afraid I was going to get an answer that would upset me. So I just never asked. And then when he got in touch with me, I don't know, a month-ish, a little more ago, I finally asked, and I was happy that Rocket was good. Joe, not so much. He is a diabetic, as you know, and he was bad off. I mean, he has lost so much weight. He has big problems with his feet now. He wasn't taking care of himself like he should have when he was gone, and there's nothing I can do about that. And I don't want to get too much into it. But what I did was I told him I would help him to go to doctors and things like that. He's just not good at doing stuff on his own. And again, he's a grown man. He can do what he wants. If he doesn't want me to go, I won't go. And it's not like I feel forced to do this, because I don't. I've learned that I actually really like helping people, at least some people. And it's what I was groomed all my life to do with my mother, as you guys know. And with her was never really the physical part that drove me insane. It was the mental part. And I took care of my father until he died. I took care of a brother until he died. I'm kind of good at that, I guess. I don't know, it just makes me feel like I have some purpose. So I do take him to doctor appointments and stuff, and I go in with him if he wants. If he says, I don't want you this time, I don't go in. And he does stay with me sometimes, because if we have an appointment in the morning, I need to make sure that he doesn't have a sugar low during the night, which he has. He does that still, and no matter what we do, because he's a brittle diabetic, type 1, and I want to make sure. Now, he stays someplace else. I'm not going to tell you where, but he's got a friend that he stays with, and it's an elderly lady. She needs to have, her sister wants somebody there. He's known her for years, so it's kind of a good thing. He can, make sure she's okay. She doesn't really need help, just some eyes on her. He's the one that would need the help, and she doesn't help him. She can't help him, so there's times when he's there that I won't hear from him, like for an entire day, and I know he's just in that diabetic low, and he, is just practically unconscious. And that happens, and that happened a lot when he was gone. And that gets to the point where it just fucks up so many things, being in that state. Now, I do not want anybody telling me what needs to be done. I know what needs to be done. He knows what needs to be done. I don't worry about it. It's not my concern. It's not like before. I feel no pressure, and if I'm tired of whatever, he has a place to go. If I'm okay with him and we're doing okay and getting along, then I don't mind if he stays sometimes. But like I said, before an appointment, he has to. And so far, that has been good. He seems to be a little bit more stable. I'm the one who actually talks to his clinical pharmacist now. And he tells me what needs to be done and what to look for. But I'm very honest with that man, and I tell him I could go days without even knowing what's going on. So I try to keep track of times and, things on a piece of paper, but that falls apart really quick, because if Joe's not with me, he's not going to be telling me all these numbers, and I don't want to ask. I don't want anything to be a struggle. I just want to help him if and when I can. I know I'm already telling you guys too much, because I'm going to get hit with so many comments about all of this. So long story short, because I wasn't even going to tell you any of that, Joe has some issues, and he wants help. So he's in a treatment center right now. It has nothing to do with his drinking or drugging back in the past. As a matter of fact, he has 28 years sober, clean and sober now, as of September 2. And that's all good. It's just that he has a lot of, he's depressed. He has a lot of post-traumatic stress stuff going on. Always has. It's been part of our issues the year that I've known him. And he's apparently bipolar. He says he's been diagnosed. Anyway, the treatment center is going to clarify and know if that's one of his issues or not. So so he's in a treatment center, and I have been telling him, if anything happens that you have to go to a hospital or a treatment center, please let me watch Rocket, because I worry about Rocket when he's not with Joe. And I even worry when he's with Joe, because anything can happen at any time. And, he's usually good with that. But then if he gets in his moods, he can, not agree to that anymore in a less than pleasant way. And I'm trying really, really hard to stay in Rocket's life. What I have to do is I have to get something in writing that if something would happen to Joe, that I get Rocket. Now, I don't want a dog. I don't want the responsibility of a dog. But I would take this dog, because he's become, a really special part of my life. And I would want to do that, for Joe. I would want Joe to know, but there's times where Joe doesn't want me to have anything to do with anything. It's just very, very hard to explain with somebody who's on a roller coaster of emotions like he is. But I get that, because all my time spent with my mother, it was a roller coaster of emotions. And I get how people can be triggered. Holy shit, do I fucking know that, right? So there's things that trigger him, there's things that trigger me, and my thing is, though, I've done a lot of work, and there's certain things now that I'm just not willing to work on anymore. I worked on myself enough. I have boundaries now, and I'm not so I have to have somebody in my life. That's not how it is for me. If something is good and it's going good, I'm good with that. But if it's going to start to be difficult, and I find that, oh my God, now I'm getting triggered, and I know it's not anybody else's fault, it's just me, I'd just rather not be around triggers. I'd just rather not. I'd just rather just go do something else with somebody else, and just not stress over it. I'm not needy in that way that I need someone else. you know. So it feels kind of good. It feels good to have dated enough guys in the past year and a half to realize that I enjoy it very much, and I learned something from each one. And even though there's heartbreak involved with some of them, I'm willing to go through all that just because I find it all very interesting, and I analyze every fucking thing, right? So I'm going to just continue doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to take care of Rocket all that I can. And I am involved, like I said, in helping Joe to get the help that he wants, because you know, we still of course care about each other. And I know that sounds weird to the people who know a little bit more as to what has been going on, but I fully believe that there is something very, very good there. Just like I know there's something very, very good about me, and I second guess that all the time, because I can be a royal fucking bitch when I want to be. I'm not the easiest person to get along. And again, I'm just now discovering that I don't have to be. I don't have to be a very nice person all the time. I just don't have to be around people who would rather I'm not a bitch. I was seeing somebody else, as you guys know, and never once was I like triggered by things, but I was noticing things, and I was enjoying that too. And you know, it just got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm tired. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of experimenting and trying to figure out things. So I just left that, and there was not a drop of heartbreak. I never shed one tear. I was still curious, and as I was starting to realize, oh yeah, and that's how come this went this way and stuff. I mean, basically, you know, that was a one-sided thing. I was doing everything he liked, and he wasn't doing things that I liked. He tried doing some things that I liked, but he wasn't really enjoying it. I seriously enjoyed the things I was doing until I realized this is, the teeter-totter's not balanced at all. And I just got tired of it. I just wanted to be free, and I'm free. So, yeah, and that's why I have Rocket right now. Okay? His daddy's getting a break. Oh, and when he gets out of treatment, he will be in intensive outpatient care or program or whatever. So he'll be going back every day for, I think, 3 hours a day. It's all for like group sessions, different things, and they want him to do that for a month. And so far he's agreeing to that. I'm good with that. I mean, I want that for him, and we're just gonna see how it goes. There may be times that maybe he'll bring Rocket to me. I don't know, because it's like a triangle, so I don't know how that's all going to work. But I will have Rocket every now and then, and I will see Joe every now and then. We don't go out together. I don't know if I ever will. If, you know, he wants to just go someplace to listen to a band, I'm not going to be against that. But it's just very, very different now. It is very different, and I quickly brush my hands of anything that might come up that I just don't want to deal with, I don't want to hear. And, you know, I say, go on your way, and, you know. So it's very, very different now, and it's not what it was, and I'm not imagining it to be anything different than what it is. I don't think that's possible. I think it is what it is. I don't look ahead, and that's one thing that we do in relationships too. We look ahead, and we plan this, and we dream about this, and oh, this would be nice, and then when it falls apart, we feel like we lost all that stuff, but all we lost were thoughts that we thought could happen, and we call those things hopes and dreams, and it's just a bunch of bullshit. don't think ahead. So I'm just a day at a time here, just like the they say in AA, one day at a time. I don't struggle like that with alcohol. It's not one day at a time for me. It's just, I don't think of it that way. And I have gone to some meetings with Joe, because we used to do that together. But then, you know, all that time that I was going alone, some of you thought I was going there with Joe or meeting him there. No, I had no clue where he was, and he wasn't anywhere near. And then I had that run-in with that woman. I did go back to that meeting, but we went, I asked Joe, I told him the whole story, and, he said, definitely you have to go back, and don't let that woman bother you and stop you from something you want to do. And I said, would you go with me the first time? And he said, yes, I will go with you, because I knew he would absolutely make me feel safe and comfortable in that room. But then they had one of the potluck things. It was for Labor Day, I do believe. And he asked me, would you like to go to that? And I said, I think that's the perfect way, because there's a speaker that day, so we're not going around the room and saying our name and talking. So I thought she might be there. I wasn't sure, and she was. And so she got to see me there. She got to see me in line getting food and sitting down, but nobody had to talk, so it was a really good way to just break the ice, kind of. But I haven't been back since. We've not been together, or it just didn't work out, or whatever. So I haven't been back since, and I do want to go again, and I forget that. So one time I'll ask Joe when it's good for him. We could meet there or whatever, and for a regular meeting, because I do want to keep my foot in the door, because I don't know, maybe I've worn it out, I don't know, but I'd like to know that I can go if I ever just want to go. And Joe will be getting his coin for 28 years at the end of September, and he's asked me to be the one to give it to him. I'm gonna have a very hard time doing that. I know I'll be fucking crying, and he'll be crying. We'll both be crying. But he really wants me to do it, and I would feel bad to say no to that, because it's really important to him, and that he's getting that coin. He's very proud of that, and I am too. I'm just gonna feel really nervous through all of that. I guess I'm gonna go now. Yeah, I'm not going out because I just don't feel like it. I'm working with fabric, which is what I feel like doing tonight. I know my eyes are all over the place. I was in the mood to just talk to you in my car. Now it's getting dark. I took Rocket only because I went in the store for a couple things, and it was not hot sunshine, even though it was fucking hot today. I didn't like that. Right, baby? You want to come and say bye? Come here. Those little children are making noise, huh? See? Say bye-bye to everyone. You got a new harness. Yeah, because Daddy lost everything that you had, because he doesn't know what he does with things. So Mommy got you a new harness, right? It's going to stay right with me all the time. Yeah. When you go be with Daddy, you don't get to bring your things that you love. That little tongue, he's like a fucking lizard. Okay? All right. Okay. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. I'll be back with more soon. Bye.